Someone must tell the usual suspects on the far left that the saying is, when you're in a hole, stop digging, not keep digging.
Even Bill Maher has had enough of these cackling, crazy, angry, divisive, probably menopausal women on the left on these shows. He's had enough, okay? As much as he was like, no Trump, no Trump, but he also realizes what they do is too much. We're going to go ahead and keep on watching his monologue.
Talk about doubling down on what got you fucked in the first place. Even the one concession I've heard a few people on the losing side offer, that liberals should stop saying the Trump voters are stupid, comes with a kind of unspoken parentheses. We know they are stupid, just don't say it. Yeah, I got bad news for you. They don't have a monopoly on stupid. You wear Queers for Palestine t-shirts and masks 2 years after the pandemic ended. And you can't define woman, I mean person who menstruates. You're the teachers' union education party, and you've turned schools and colleges into a joke. You just lost a crazy contest to an actual crazy person.
And I mean, like, let's just let him have it. I mean, because he does it in a balanced fashion. What he's doing there is he's still not letting go of his position that he's not a Trumper now all of a sudden, but he's also saying, you guys have been losing the plot for far too long for you to keep doubling down after you have lost. It's totally insane. It's like chaotic at this point, or what is this, like the last gasp of woke that's just breathing and just barely making it through, and just like, I don't know what that is. What is this? The death rattle of woke. That's what this is that we're watching here. It's absolutely extraordinary. By the way, guys, don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell. Thank you to every eye that lands on these videos. Let's go back to it.
You love to speak truth to power, and we always should, but you have completely lost the ability to speak truth to bullshit. The Democratic polling firm Blueprint told Democrats months ago that black voters, aka their supposedly liberal base, were more likely to find the president too liberal than too conservative. They also found that voters didn't just want Harris to distance herself from Biden, they wanted her to distance herself from what they believe the entire Democratic Party has become, a Portlandia sketch.
I mean, doesn't this sum it up right here? He's so right. And they didn't listen. They didn't listen. They gave them the blueprint. Well, it's called Blueprint. They didn't listen.
A bunch of privileged mean girls complaining about privilege and trying to make fetch happen. What a shocker that the people who see everything through the lens of race and sex see their election loss as a result of racism and sexism. Yes, if only we weren't so irredeemably unenlightened, we would have elected a black president by now. Oh, what, we did? Oh, right, and then re-elected him. Maybe you missed it because it wasn't on TikTok. And sexism, Hillary got 3 million more votes than Trump, which in a normal country would be called a victory. It wasn't 21st century sexism that prevented a woman from being president. It was the Electoral College. Democrats run for office as if the voters don't live here, as if they don't go to the grocery store and Starbucks and the office, but they do. They live here, and they actually see women and people of color, and it doesn't look like some patriarchal racist nightmare. Do problems remain pertaining to racism and sexism? Of course. But a poll last year asked, if America is the greatest country in the world, more blacks and Hispanic Americans agreed with that than the white progressives.
And that's saying a lot. It really is. You know, the way the left will talk to you, they will make you think that there is this constant, like as soon as a black person goes outside, there's a mob of, Trump supporters, MAGA, running after them with nooses and, and bleach. Thank you, Jussie Smollett, right? They completely lost the plot. Okay, it doesn't add up. The results, what they're saying out of their mouths, don't add up. They are still doing this thing with racism, that they are still keeping it on this life support. Like, it is racism to me as a topic in this country is like a person kept on life support for like 30 years. Like, the body is still there and the machine is beating, for the person and delivering the oxygen to the lungs, and it looks like the person's breathing, but in fact it's just literally keeping the body alive, and their brain has already turned into soup. Okay? And that's a fact. That is not a makeup thing. Okay? So that's what that is to me, but that's what they're doing with racism. Although I will say the right has a problem doing with that, with the word anti-Semitism. Yes, they do. And they haven't gotten to the point of the vegetable body yet, but believe me, they are fast on track. But coming back to this point, this is why these people lost the election this time around. I have my issues with a lot of things, but this one, they did too much of it. They did. And they still don't get it, even in the end.
It asked if racism is built into our society. White progressives agreed with that, at higher levels than black and Hispanic people. It asked if government should increase border security. Same result. Hispanic Americans are less okay with illegal immigration than whitey. The votes are in. They don't want your pity. And black people can't afford to indulge rich white people's need to endlessly flagellate themselves. They just want prices to go down and good jobs and the police when you call them. Black people, they're just like us.
I just also want to, I'm sorry because I am the person who does, like, when they say like white people, regular white people don't care about racism and all that stuff either. I wonder how many regular white people were polled in these kind of, in these polls, right? When you look at the people who write these articles, there's a chance that they don't consider themselves white. Okay? And we really that needs to be a discussion. Because if we're going to blame white people and say it's white progressives, well, who are they? Right? Okay.
Kamala spent 100 days telling voters, I know it feels like crime and illegal immigration are bad, but fuck your feelings. Look at this chart. Yes, there's a lot to not like already about the new regime, but maybe take 1 week to ask what you did wrong. The basis for Democratic campaigns has become, we're the smart people. That we know from the get-go. No need to look into that. We know that a priori, which is a Latin phrase the red hat people wouldn't have a clue about. But they don't need to. Have you seen my "In this house we believe" lawn sign? See, it says right on it, we believe in science. Right, which is why you demanded no one even debate whether COVID could have escaped from the one lab in the one city where they were studying it. How far-fetched. The New York Times called it racist. Democrats have become like a royal family that, because of so much incest, has unfortunately had children who are retarded.
I mean, that's, for real, it has gotten very bad. By the way, this sign is not an exaggeration. I've driven by houses with this sign, okay? A lot of times in Montgomery County suburbs, all right? In this house, we believe Black Lives Matter, women's rights are human rights, and no human is illegal. Yes, you're legally here. Science is real. Love is love. Kindness is everything. Like, come on. This type of, virtuosity, signage that does nothing for the country. In fact, a lot of these signs came up when those riots in 2020 happened, and people were like, let me hurry up and go put my sign out there so they don't break my house. That's what this was. That's what this was. Stop it, people. This is not that, right? Like, this doesn't do anything for anybody, Okay, none of this stuff matters. We need to have real discussions on what's going on in this country. Okay, because we do have to have some real discussions. There are some discussions that need to be had that we have not had yet. Right? And so we are long past this being an issue with the actual issues that we have to deal with. Trump's cabinet, God bless him. Like, look, okay? Look, I know that there are people who watch this who are Trump supporters and everything. I'm not coming for you. Be very aware of his cabinet. It feels good right now. I don't want to take the win from anybody. Look, it feels good. It looks like a Chad cabinet with a lot of warmongers, okay? And I don't like that. We have bigger fish to fry, all right? Let's pay attention. But this is gone. This is out the water. The Dems aren't going to pay attention. They still let them keep crying their tears. I will cover it. I will cover it. I think it's hilarious. But this is gone. I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.